Well, hi boys and girls and pedigree chums. If you're watching this video, yeah, bit of a sad story really, yeah, I'll crack on anyway. Today I'm gonna basically, it's gonna be my first attempt, but I thought I'd bring you a lot along with me to completely replace my Phantom 3 Pro shell, because unfortunately had a bit of an accident. It went up to about 50-60 foot in the air, and all of a sudden with no warning, bang, just cut out and hit the ground so hard that the arm snapped off. But there you go, that's by the by. So I've bought a new shell. Before I start, you're going to need, I don't know if that's some Torx screwdrivers. I've got another set of screwdrivers there, Phillips, you know, precision screwdrivers. I've never had a go at this before, it's my first time, but normally I'm the type of guy that watches stuff and I pick it up within watching the video a couple of times. I usually pick it up. I'm going to make mistakes in this video. I'm going to get my words all mixed up, but you know, I'm going to try not to make it too long, but bear with me anyway. So with that, I'll crack on. So this actual kit, which came from China, is got all the relative, I don't know if you guys can see that. That's better. Excuse the wobbliness there. That's better. You guys can see. You know, you got the bottom and the top. You got your landing legs and various bits and pieces. But unfortunately, I had to go at the seller because they were supposed to send me screws. I never did. But yeah, that's by the by anyway. But sorry if this is a long video, guys. I will try and keep it to a minimum and keep it as short as possible. Get rid of that bloody piece of crap. Really got to stop saying negative or swearing. I should have a swear box. But I do know that DJI in their wisdom, I don't know if you can see that, if it focuses, there you go, you can see the cross strut, the little cross there. Let's see if it'll focus, and the other cross bits. Now in the old one it was a design flaw, they didn't have that, and after a while, because of that flaw, it would begin to have cracks around there, and you'd have to replace these anyway. So yeah, thank you DJI, if you're watching, sorting that problem out. Alright guys, this is the poor drone that had a little accident. My drone that I make all those lovely videos with. You can probably see, if I move, sorry about the what's it guys, I am trying my best, all across there, and it's, I don't know if you can see that. Focus, gonna focus? Nope. Anyway, take my word for it, it's pretty banged up. Anyway, right, first thing we got to do, excuse the noise because some inconsiderate dickhead is outside underneath my place with the bass going, very annoying. You're going to need a T8 and a T6 Torx screws screwdrivers, and first we're going to need to take off the camera. Right, now usually I found, this is just me personally, okay, if you push this down carefully, he says, like that, push it down, normally it just comes straight off, and he makes a complete pig's ear of it. Sorry about the lighting, guys. Alright, once you've got them off, I don't know if you can see, there we go. Right, what you do is you pinch these rubber bits, you can't see it, you pinch these rubber bits here, I might get my hand out of the way, pinch it and just pull it up. Excuse the hands, guys, and like so. Right, if I get comfortable, because I can't stand for too long, excuse me guys. Right, what you need to do is very carefully lift that out like so, and what you want to do, I don't know if it's gonna, that's better. Sorry about the camera work, guys, I do apologise. I'm just trying to get you guys to see exactly what I'm seeing here. See there, it'll focus, there is two wires for the gimbal and the camera. You want to be very careful not to pull them too hard, and you just pinch them. Literally, you got a little thing here that you pinch and you'll feel it click. There you go, out it comes. You've got to be so gentle with these. There we go, and they just come out like so, and the gimbal comes away. So I see you're learning all the time. I didn't know there was a fan there, little fan just there, but we can put that to one side safely up there for now. And now we're going to remove the gimbal and camera mount that's here. Excuse the noise, guys. Just zoom you in a little bit there so you can get a gist of what I'm actually looking at. And the size that you're going to need is a Torx 8 piece. And let's go ahead and remove it. Looks like it's got a little bit of Loctite. Now, what I should have done is, and what I will do in a minute, is get on a piece of paper and draw circles and write exactly what screws go where. Because there's so many screws on here, guys, and you're going to also need, I should have said at the beginning, you're going to actually need a soldering iron for next bit of the step. But I will carry on drawing out a bit of paper off camera, and I'll bring you back when I've removed the plate. Right, now we're going to remove the camera backing plate, but you've really got to be careful here, because you see this wire here, you've got to be so careful with it. Try and wiggle it down in there like so. There you go, one camera plate. We shall put that over there safe. very light. Now I wanted to inspect all the wires and see if there was any damage. Yeah, that wire seems to be a little bit pinched to me. No, it's not broken. So the old-fashioned saying is, if it ain't broke, don't try and fix it. Right. The next thing you're going to want to do is you need a Torx 6, I believe, screwdriver to focus. Thank you. To remove the sensor that's located on the bottom, and that would be, trying to find the screwdriver. It's a good start, isn't it? I'm just trying to do something with the right, made a little bit of a mistake there. You mustn't remove this focus. You mustn't remove the sensor board yet. I've removed 2 of the screws and left 2 in. Now what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to flip it over and take the top off. Now what we need to do to take the top off, I don't know if you can see that, guys, but there's 1, 2, 3. There's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 screws here, and then we need to cut. If you need to, we're going to have to cut these stickers in order to take the top off. Now, you are going to need a. Bear with me a second. You're going to need a T6, I believe, to remove all those screws and bolts. I'm still in camper van build mode, guys, sorry. So while I remove all of those and flip it over, I'll bring you back. Now, after removing those, messy worktop, yeah, you got the 1, 2, 3 on each one. It's so bad, it's actually, I can see the top, it's just literally falling off. As you can see, it's just so damaged. Oh god, there's bits of plastic falling out. So that tells me it is pretty right. Well, you are gonna, if you noticed here, there's clips that you've got to push in. Now, I will say a disclaimer, guys, if you're going to try this, those clips, behind those clips are very, very important thin wires, to obviously to the motors, as you can see, and I think one of them, yeah, on this side, I believe, is the GPS antenna in the leg. So you've got to be very, very careful when you're attempting this. Right, I've done things a little bit differently. There's a particular guy on YouTube that I watched, and he removed the 3. I'm going to probably get told otherwise, comments, I don't care, but it's the best way I could do it. I noticed that I had to do the legs, take the legs off and gently put them down, because getting to the 3rd screw under, it was right next to the leg and I just couldn't get to it. So You know, you can follow the way I've done it, but personally I found it easier doing it that way rather than struggle and dig into something on the top, the clips, and damage something. Right, guys and girls, that was fun. But yeah, I've managed to get the top off and kind of like balance the legs back on. Now when you lift this up, just take you away from it a little bit, or should I bring you further? Right, what you want to be careful of is the GPS at the top. I think it's called the GPS. Somebody's going to correct me. And you want to gently unclip this. Excuse the hands, guys. Excuse me for a second, guys. I just don't want to damage it. Just gently unclip it. I'm just being very careful, and just unclip that, and you're left with the GPS that sits in the top. We will put that to one side for 1 minute. And yeah, we're inside the heart of the drone. So yes, I did think that. Just checking the motors, because the error I had as well, the motor was obstructed. Yeah, I can see something's happened there. But it's not terrible. It's not terrible at all. Right. What we need to do is flip it back over. Gently, he says. And take the motors out. Yeah, we'll take the motors out next, which you will need. Right, as you can see, I've took the screws off to the motors. Now, I don't know if it's going to pick it up. On here, on the board, where my finger is, I can't touch the board because of my static in my body. It's got little like rubber grommets with 4 Phillips screws. Now, be careful not to touch the board. As you can see, I've already undone these screws. Now, what you need to do is just gently unclip these two here and this one here. Right, boys and girls, I do apologise for that. My battery in my camera died, as you can see. Right, I flipped it over. It's a bit of a mess. It's not the real way of doing it, and I've categorised everything where it goes so I don't forget. I've took the legs off. I'm now with a little Phillips screw about to take the compass chip out of the leg, and it's glued in, so you got to be careful, guys. You also need some silicone or some glue to glue it back in, and then we can take these wires off, and then the whole circuit board, motors, everything will just drop out. And when I've done that, I'll bring you back, and it should be, you know, all out the shell. With that, I will. Right, I'll probably get done for copyright, but I absolutely love Clannad. If you guys haven't noticed, I use it in quite a few of my videos. It's an Irish pop group that's been going for nearly 30 years. And thanks to my partner, it's totally I know I'm waffling. I actually got to meet her last year. It was like a dream come true. Such a lovely woman, so warm. Anyway, enough of the waffle. I've managed to take the legs off, and let me tell you something. A scale of 1 to 10, these clips that are located in the legs here, they're a 9 out of 10, guys. Because you've got to be careful, so careful of this little thin little wire that's located behind them. Because it's the compass, you see. It tells you basically that it communicates with the drone, between the drone and the controller. Anyway, enough of that waffling. As you can see, they're all what's named out. So yeah, carefully, and I do say carefully, flip her over the drone. I know what you guys were thinking. And I'm going to feed these through here. This will all come off. Now, I will say one thing, guys. Your lights are melted in. Don't know if that's going to focus. The focus on this phone is terrible. But yeah, it's melted in. That's what you need the soldering iron for, to melt them. And then on the new, there you go. On the new one, you're going to have to position them back in and melt them back in. So be careful not to burn through the LEDs and the board. Right, as you can see, guys, I got all the motor and the circuit board off and out. Now, you got that piece there, which is your battery. It's got 2 screws, and then when you need to get it all out, you lever it to the side carefully, and you've got 2 Phillips screws in there. You undo those, and the whole lot will just come out and lift out. And these will just, as you can see, I need to flip it over again to take the circuit board off that side and feed all the wires through, and also take the battery holder out as well. I think I got a new one with that, so I don't need to, but I just take the rubber bushes and all that stuff, good stuff out. Yeah, so yeah. As far as the it's a little bit tricky, but I'm used to dealing with very fragile and very microscopic electronics. But they were very, very lightly melted in, those lights, so I gently just got my fingernail and just gently pried them up. It didn't do any damage, I just took my time, and they came out. But putting them back in, I will have to melt the new one, putting it back in. So I'll come back to you when, you know, I've took all these wires out. And I almost forgot to tell you guys, sorry, I'm having to hold the phone and do this. It's not easy one-handed. There's 4 Phillips screws. You can see them there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now you take the battery compartment out. I just thought I'd share with you how you got that out. Anyway, I'll bring you back in a minute. Also, if you want to take the you'll need to take the USB charging port out, which has 1, 2 Phillips screws. Yep. And you got another 2 Phillips screws for the opening there for the battery compartment. And that's it, guys. All done did. So I'll bring you back when I'm putting it slightly together, but the way I've done it, it's a bit hickory-pickory, but I'm now going to swap it over into the new case. It's basically what I've shown you here is the reverse of what I've done, but make sure that you keep all the screws and know where they go, because there's a bloody lot of screws, I tell you. So yeah, with that, guys, the next thing you'll see is it all put back together and, you know, sorted out. So, you know, I hope this has been informative. It's been a bit mix and match, but it's my first time, so, you know, we've all got to learn from somewhere, haven't we? So rather than you know, DJI just saying, look, we don't repair Phantom 3s anymore because they don't make them anymore. That's what I've heard anyway. Somebody's going to correct me. And I've got to take the GPS out. How you take the GPS out is it's got a couple of screws in there, but you've got to carefully lift it out, unscrew it, and then it lifts out, and then you've got to carefully screw it back in and stick it back down in your new case. If you're wondering, I have ordered some new gold stickers for it and some new stickers, so yeah, the next thing you'll be seeing is shouting above the bloody music, is me put it back together, you know, completed. So with that, and that, boys and girls, is how you do it. Look at her, she's back up and running. Brand new props, brand new case, new legs, and she's even got some new, I don't know what these are called, but new those as well. Yeah, she's looking good. So, test flight tomorrow. Thanks for watching.